Our next performer is James Hawkins. And James is such a wonderful singer-songwriter, as you can tell. They stole his song. Many, many artists borrow James' songs just because they're just so wonderful. James has his own CDs over at the FOF booth. He's also doing a radio show alternate Wednesdays on WSLR. So you have to go to WSLR.org. It streams there, and it's alternate Wednesdays. So you have to go to WSLR to find out which Wednesday, or like James Hawkins on Facebook, and he'll tell you all about it, and he'll tell you when he's doing his radio show. Here is James Hawkins, our singer-songwriter.
Hello. All right. How many people stayed in the campground last night? All right. It's for you sinners. I was young and so wild. I was a lost and crazy child. Felt like nothing could hold me down. Drift in sin, thought I'd drown. Then one day he touched my life, swept aside all my strife. With one wave of his hand, he helped this sinner to stand. Oh, sweet Jesus, take me home. I no longer will I roam. And one day, with one of his hand, he helped this sinner to stand. I've seen storms, and I've seen strife, and I saw Satan in the dead of night. With God's love within my soul, he made me one, he made me whole. With one wave of his hand, he helped this sinner to stand. Oh, sweet Jesus, take me home. And no longer will I roam. With one wave of his hand, he helped this sinner to stand. Oh, these strange things. Men don't know what these are. I have no idea. Well, hello. Welcome, big welcome from Venice, Florida. And where men are men and the sheep are all nervous. I get a little bit out of that, yes. Good morning and welcome to a nice... They say the oldest buildings are in St. Augustine. The people who built those buildings live in Sarasota, and their parents live in Venice. Yes, we're talking hot times in the old town tonight. But the place is kind of like slow down on a 4:30 on a Friday night, and that's it for the weekend, buddy. It took us 4 or 5 years to finally get a daiquiri deck downtown. Even then, the old people were out there with the sign, "Stop this, stop it now." There's young people in here, they're doing something wrong. Don't know what, but something is going on in there. This song is a about one of the pivotal moments that put Jacksonville on the map. Because Jacksonville used to be just a drinking village with a fishing problem. And they had maybe 3 paved streets, you know? So this is one of the, like I said, it was a year's worth of court battles. But does anyone remember when Muhammad Ali fought Joe Frazier? You know, the Thriller in Manila. You know what I'm talking about? Well, this is basically the 1893 version of that. There was drinking, there was swearing, there was even card playing. And Satan walked the streets of our town. There were ladies of the night, man, it was quite a sight. The day Jim Corbett came to town. Now in the year 93, our town slept quietly, and we had no idea it was about to go down. See, promoters were looking for a place to have a prize fight. They put Jacksonville clearly in their sights. Now, gentleman Jim Corbett beat John L. the year before, and England's champ Charlie Mitchell, he wanted a shot. Both fighters were in their prime. They'd drop a man at the turn of a dime. Both ready and raring to go. There was drinking, there was swearing, there was even card playing, and Satan walked the streets of our town. There were ladies of the night, man, it was quite a sight. The day Jim Corbett came to town. Now the Duval Athletic Club put up $20,000, and they said winner take all. Soon the population swelled, and then we asked ourselves if Jacksonville was ready for it all. Now the Duval County Sheriff, Napoleon Broward was his name. He said, this fight is not going to take place. No. He said, I'll jail and fine them all. I'll drag their butts to City Hall. But Corbett and Mitchell, they came anyway. There was drinking, there was swearing, there was even card playing, and Satan walked the streets of our town. There were ladies of the night, and man, it was quite a sight. The day Jim Corbett came to town. Now tempers flared, and martial law was declared, and the Gate City Rifle Company had to come out and take charge. There were rakes and ramblers, sportsmen and gamblers. They filled every saloon and bar. Now right up to that January day, the governor had tried every which way to keep this all from coming to pass. Said the call went out across the land, saying, boys, it's time to lay your money down. There was drinking, there was swearing, there was even card playing, and Satan walked the streets of our town. There were ladies of the night, man, it was quite a sight. The day Jim Corbett came to town. After all the sleepless nights and the many court fights, Corbett and Mitchell, they finally squared off. Well, the first round was a draw, but in the second one, people saw Corbett knocked Mitchell to the ground. Now the people all could tell that Mitchell was groggy as hell, but still he put up his gloves to fight. But with a right to the contender's nose, he fell hard, don't you know? That was the end of that fight. Oh, man. There was drinking, there was swearing, there was even card playing, and Satan walked the streets of our town. There were ladies of the night, man, it was quite a sight. The day Jim Corbett came to town. There was drinking, there was swearing, there was even card playing, and Satan walked the streets of our town. There were ladies of the night, man, it was quite a sight. The day Jim Corbett came to town. Yeah, the day Jim Corbett came to town. guys feel like doing any kind of chair aerobics, it'd be good for your air. You up for it? We ready? All right. I know you guys will have a lot more on the ball than the fourth graders. All right, here we go. Ready? All right. You can either stand, or you can sit and do this. It's up to you. All right. Raise your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air. Ready? I want you to do what I do. Ready? Farewell to old Jeff Davis. Farewell to Bobby Lee. Farewell to the stars and the bars, brave boys. I am off to Bemini. I am off to Bemini. Can you do that? Ready? Okay. All right. We'll get that blood circulating. Here we go. Judah Benjamin was a Secretary of State of the Southern Confederacy. When the cause it was no more, Judah ran away to the sea, brave boys. Judah ran away to the sea. Here we go. Farewell, old Jeff Davis. Farewell to Bobby Lee. Farewell to the stars and the bars, brave boys. I'm off to Bemini. I'm off to Bemini. That's good for one. It's not that bad. Made his way to the Gamble Mansion up near Manatee. And hopped on a horse and rode to the Gulf. And he waited by the sea, brave boys. And he waited by the sea. Farewell, old Jeff Davis. Farewell to Bobby Lee. Farewell to the stars and the bars, brave boys. I'm off to Bemini. I'm off to Bemini. All right, you guys are doing good. All right. He made his way to the bay, met Captain Trishka there. They got away on a smuggler's boat, made away without a care, brave boys. Made away without a care. Farewell, old Jeff Davis. Farewell to Bobby Lee. Farewell to the stars and the bars, brave boys. I'm off to Bemini. I'm off to Bemini. All right, we're almost done. Trust me, trust me. For 23 days and 23 nights made it through that old blockade. And there upon a sunny day pulled into Bemini Bay, brave boys. Pulled into Bemini Bay. Farewell, old Jeff Davis. Farewell to Bobby Lee. Farewell to the stars and the bars, brave boys. I'm off to Bemini. I'm off to Bemini. All right, almost done, almost done, almost done. Here we go. This is a story of Judah, of the Southern Confederacy, with the help of a few brave men. He bravely ran away. He bravely ran away. Farewell, old Jeff Davis. Farewell to Bobby Lee. Farewell to the stars and the bars, brave boys. I'm off to Bemini. I'm off to Bemini. Hey, you guys did good.
This lady missed it all.
We'll get back to that. We'll get back to a more chair aerobics in a minute. Get my oops. Oh, here it is. Got way too many pockets, man. Where did I put this? I need a. No. Here it is. Ha ha. Very deep within the layers of my notes. It's tough when you get old, man. Come on. This is a song about a lady in the Everglades. Her name is Harriet Bedell. She came down there in the 1920s, late 20s, early 30s. She, the Methodist Church was closing some of their missions, and they sent her to the Everglades. And she came down there and saw how the Seminole were being treated, and she didn't care for that too much, so she really threw herself into helping these guys out. And as I was reading more and more about this person, she never pushed her religion on these guys. You know, she never, she didn't have any, matter of fact, she didn't even have a service for 2 years because she didn't want to intrude on their native beliefs and stuff. So at the end of the article, she said, there's no retirement in the service of the master, which I thought was the most perfect way to sum up her entire life, because the bishop had to basically drag her out of the Everglades at the age of 93. And even when she got into the home, she was organizing stuff there, so she just never gave up. Now Harriet, she came down from Alaska, a distant land filled with ice and snow. In the glade she found what she was looking for, and the people who would touch her very soul. And she said, there's no retirement in the service of the Master. There's no end to the things that he can do. If you live your life in the service of another, in the mornings your blessings start anew. Now in the camps she was as welcome as the morning. She came to help all who were in need. Never did she push religion on them. Witness is best done through word and deed. There's no retirement in the service of the Master. There's no end to the things that he can do. If you live your life in the service of another, in the mornings your blessings start anew. Disheartened how the Seminole were treated, on display like windows from the past. She denied the opportunities of others. She fought to break the die that was cast. She stood for the rights of the tribe and the art in which they made by hand. In turn, they opened up their hearts, beating amidst that sea of grass. Well, she opened up that Glades Cross mission, providing a little income for the tribe. It was there they could preserve all the old ways and fill their lives with dignity and pride. And she said, there's no retirement in the service of the Master. There's no end to the things that he can do. If you live your life in the service of another, in the morning the blessings start anew. In the morning the blessings start anew. Really quickly, does anyone know, remember much about the Spanish-American War from your history? No, neither did I. This song is about a fellow by the name of Dynamite Johnny O'Brien. Dynamite Johnny O'Brien was born in the shadows of the New York shipyards. And this is how he got his name. But give you an idea, this man. If you go to Havana and you go to Revolution Square, there are 3 statues. There is Fidel, Che Guevara, and what he called Captain Unafraid. That was Dynamite Johnny O'Brien, the only American that's in Revolution Square for the communists is Dynamite Johnny O'Brien. He smuggled over 120 tons of dynamite, 7,000 rifles, 2,000 handguns. I can tell you all sorts of stories, but I won't get into it too much. This is how he got his name. Oops, gotta make sure I get this right. I'm not as young as I used to be. Johnny sailed south from New York town. Dynamite Johnny roll, bound for the Gulf with a fire in the hole. Dynamite Johnny roll. Roll on, Dynamite Johnny roll. Is he mad, is he crazy, or just insane? Dynamite Johnny roll. Where the seas were calm and the nights were fair, Dynamite Johnny rode. You Panama bound without a care, Dynamite Johnny rode. The storms came down as we hit the Gulf, Dynamite Johnny rode. As storms go, it wasn't that tough, Dynamite Johnny rode. Roll on, Dynamite Johnny rode. Is he mad or crazy or just insane, Dynamite Johnny rode. Red lightning, it did fill the air, Dynamite Johnny rode. There was a fire in his eyes and sparks in his hair, Dynamite Johnny rode. Roll on, Dynamite Johnny rode. Is he mad or crazy or just insane, Dynamite Johnny rode. We stood on the main as the gate went down, Dynamite Johnny rode. We kissed the flag for he was so proud, Dynamite Johnny rode. He's remembered in Revolution Square, Dynamite Johnny rode. Where they buried his butt in New York Fair, Dynamite Johnny rode. Roll on, Dynamite Johnny rode. Is he mad or crazy or just insane, Dynamite Johnny rode. Dynamite Johnny rode. Dynamite Johnny rode. Dynamite Johnny O'Brien. Dynamite Johnny O'Brien, and they said he was approached by a Panamanian businessman, asked him to smuggle 60 tons of dynamite to Panama, and he had this funny way of not wanting to tell his crew. And they said when he made the offer, they sat there and they said, "Will you do this for this amount of money?" And he goes, takes a nice long drink of his shot of whiskey, and he goes, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, whatever, buddy." When I was younger, people said to me about this journey we call life. Hold on tight to the friends that you make. You don't know what life will throw your way. That Jesus is coming to take his children home. All those hopeless sinners no more will roam. Well, if he's coming, I hope it's right away, for I'm being swept away. Swept away, swept away. Like driftwood on a current, I'm swept away. Someone throw me a lifeline, pull me to the shore, for I'm being swept away. Let's hear from the band. Woohoo! Need help if I put it in right side up? But you know, I gotta admit one thing. It was a long night. You were there, you know. Yeah, get rid of that roadie. Time is a thief, it steals from us all. We must do our best just to keep moving on. For if we work together, the cause of love won't fail, and we will not be swept away. Swept away, swept away. Like driftwood on a current, I'm swept away. Someone throw me a lifeline and pull me to the shore, for I'm being swept away. Well, I know you guys have been having a good time. Yeah? The ones that have been here for the whole weekend, woohoo, yeah. And the ones that just got here, welcome. I don't know if it's your first time here or not, but this is one of the biggest collection of songwriters and folk people you'll ever run into, some of the nicest folks that ever walked the face of the earth. And I've been coming to this festival for off and on, well, pretty much about 10 years, and I've seen all sorts of folks come and go. And I would like to sing this last verse for people like Margaret Longhill, and Bobby Hicks, Don Grooms, and Will McLean, and Gamble Rogers. Some of them I did not know personally, but if you go through this campground, you'll find people who did know them personally. And that's pretty amazing. The world it spins through this universe, all alone and unafraid. We must hold close the ones that we hold dear, lest they be swept away. Swept away, swept away, swept away. Like driftwood on a current, I'm swept away. Someone throw me a lifeline, pull me to the shore, for I'm being swept away. Now I can tell some of you folks do know this song. Some of you folks don't know it. And I've been singing this song for a couple of minutes now, and I'm not proud or tired. I've been singing it all night long. So forget your inhibitions, forget what the person next to you sounds like when they hit that certain note, and just get a big, huge breath of air in your lungs. Come on, here we go. And if we sing loud enough, people will think there's some sort of a political meeting going on over here. Here we go, we get a shot. Ready? Swept away, swept away, swept away. Like driftwood on a current, I'm swept away. Someone throw me a lifeline, pull me to the shore, for I'm being swept away. One more time for everyone not here. Swept away, swept away, swept away, swept away. Like driftwood on the current, I'm swept away. Someone pull me a lifeline, pull me to the shore, for I'm being swept away. Beginning like a rock show, for I'm being swept away. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
James Hawkins.
Thank you very much, James. Now, if you were swept away, you need to, after the next act, of course, walk down to the FOF booth and get his CD.